respecting universal human rights. All rights of women and girls, in their full balance, free economically, politically, socially, and pursue their dreams free of violence and intimidation.
How will all that work out with women's rights in Afghanistan? Can it really?
It's difficult. Our leverage is very frankly limited. The United States faces contradictions right now in its policies towards Afghanistan. So on the one hand, we do not want Afghanistan to once again become a sanctuary for international terrorism. That's why we entered Afghanistan after 9/11. Ironically, we leave with Taliban closing the door on us. Secondly, though, there's genuine concerns in Washington, D.C. about human rights and about the fate of women in Afghanistan, about getting some Afghans that are in harm's way out of the country. And here's the contradiction, Paul, that in order to achieve that goal, then you may wish to give the Taliban regime international support in return for then moderation. But at the same time, unwittingly, as you give them that support, you may be helping them to consolidate their regime. I have the view that they appear much stronger than they actually are. It's not that they're strong, it's that the government of Afghanistan and the security forces that had been built up over 20 years turned out to be a house of cards under a bit of pressure. So what's that balance? What's that sweet spot where you're doing what should be done in terms of your values and morality, but 20 years later, you're not looking back and saying that was a very short-sighted set of decisions, because what we did is we entrenched the Taliban. Final point for the United States, as now we've left Afghanistan because we decided it was not a national interest. The withdrawal was very poorly executed, but it's a strategic decision that I support. But now, how do you avoid a set of policies where you get yourself re-engaged?
Well, you asked that question. Tomorrow we've got the United Nations General Assembly meeting with the foreign ministers of the 5 permanent members deciding what to do to go forward. What's your advice to them?
My advice is to walk carefully, that keep an eye on both of those objectives and both of those goals. One is terrorism, and one is doing the best you can to ensure that the Taliban regime is more moderate, more inclusive, and is respectful of human rights, most notably women's rights.
And can you honestly fight